gold in the country's recalled, you can keep your gold that's used for religious purposes. Same type of deal.
Yeah.
They can't. Under no circumstances can they mess with your religious beliefs.
Yeah.
That's cool. Seriously, because I know people actually really do use it for medicinal purposes. For religious purposes, like for meditative purposes and stuff like that. That goes right back to
a lot of times the federal court throws that out. Like Eddie Lepp is practicing Rastafari, and they threw all that out. They threw all his religious, which is one of his federal right is amendment. The judge threw it out.
Wow. Well, you know what's really interesting, because we talked about this on hempisode 28 or 27 or $.5.com or one of those, where how it opens a gateway into a spiritual realm, like it
Definitely.
seriously does, and what a threat that is, or can be.
The government's
considered.
afraid of that.
Yeah, and so I'm not surprised in his case. I mean, which was a really interesting case. If you look at all the different details about it. I mean, he's got a whole mountainside covered with cannabis trees right along the freeway. And I mean, if that is part of your religion, he probably felt some freedom in being able to do that. Like, this is a God-given gift.
Right. He had been in the service, and he had fought in Vietnam.
Wow.
And he said, this is part of. This is part of my American, right to freedom of speech and freedom of religion.
Yeah. Yeah.
And purpose of this act. This act is to exercise of the police powers of the state for the protection, the safety, welfare, and health and peace of the people and the environment of the state, to protect the industrial medicinal uses of cannabis hemp, to eliminate the unlicensed and unlawful cultivation, selling, and dispensing of cannabis hemp, and to encourage temperance and the consumption of cannabis hemp euphoric products. It is hereby declared that the subject matter of this act involves the highest degree the ecological, economic, social, and moral welfare, being, and safety of the state and all of its people. All provisions of this act shall be liberally constructed and construed for the accomplishment of these purposes, to respect human rights, to promote tolerance, and to end cannabis hemp prohibition.
Wow, that's really cool. I mean, you could tell it's really well thought out.
And this is who wrote this. Along with Jack Hare, Eddie Lepp helped write it. George Clayton Johnson, who wrote episodes of The Twilight Zone. He also wrote Logan's Run. And,
interesting as heck.
Michael S. Jolson. Also supporting this is Ed Rosenthal.
Ed Rosenthal.
Yeah. Chris Conrad. Cheech Martin.
Cheech Marin.
Yeah. You got to do some editing for me. I'm going to look like an idiot.
I'm going to be editing my brains off. Dennis Perone.
Yep. Stephen D'Angelo, who owns Harborside in Oakland.
Wow.
Bill McPike, who is the Hare's lawyer. Tony Serra, who's rest in peace. I guess he supported this at one time. Tom Amiano. Mark Leno. Now, here is what I wrote on this. It says, I support CCHHI. I hope to bring this to basic down-to-earth bill to people who are down-to-earth. Not just your doctor or lawyer or shoemaker, but also hippies, bikers, punks, and metalheads. And deadheads. Thank you, Jack. Pinnsquatch. And that's pretty good, because I just wrote that, at 7:34 p.m. yesterday, so...
Wow, 2 million people already?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I get 3,000 hits picking my nose.
You should pick your nose more often.
So yeah, we're gonna have 420 buzz shirts coming up, and I got this great idea. I'm gonna say it live on the show now too. It's a kind of like an Escher type thing. You look at it one way and it's a bong, and you look at it another way and it's a lava lamp. And I'm gonna use that for the 420 buzz
cool.
shirts.
Cool. Throw a pot leaf in there somewhere. We'll have it made. I want to talk about something really quick. We have 420 buzz TV YouTube, and we have 420buzztv@gmail.com, and we're about to get 420buzztv.com.
Yeah.
And that's going to be coming up. So if you go there and it's like a ghost town, you'll be one of the first. And that'll be really cool.
To follow my personal Twitter, go to 420 Squatch, and to follow the show's Twitter,
420 buzz TV. You'll find us on the internet, and you can watch us on laketv8.pegcentral.com, and they have a little search bar up there, and you just put in 420. Just put 420 all by itself, and that'll bring up the most hempisodes, and you can watch it right there on the internet. Very cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can also watch it on my Facebook.
Yep, and you can also watch it on
Current
TV.
Current TV.
That's
Check it
right.
out.
And if you want to see stuff behind the scenes that we were doing last year, you can go to where's that? Where you're streaming it live? Ustream. The letter U stream.com and search for 420 Buzz, and you'll either get MeLLa hempisodes with Squatch jamming with MeLLa or jamming to MeLLa.
And behind the scenes stuff like we did at the head shop. And we
and
did
the
tattoo
freaking
place.
hotel. Remember
Hotel.
the hotel room we did? That
On
was so
St.
awesome.
Patrick's Day,
That
people
was-
kept calling and complaining. We're like, hey, it's a holiday. They're like, what holiday is it? St. Patrick's Day. We're partying.
Yeah, we had like over 100 people in the chat room. Remember that? That was so
That was
cool.
crazy.
Yeah.
And we were in the elevator. We had a DJ
Yeah, it
with
was the
turntables in the elevator.
It was the elevator. Remember that?
The elevator with the DJ with turntables and shit
That was
all
so-
over it.
That was so cool.
2 turntables and a microwave.
Yep. Jed.
Jed,
Down at TV8.
all the shows that are on Channel 8. Joel,
Yep. Joel at
Tracks. I'd like to thank Doyle,
Yep.
our guest, and God. You, shout out to you for watching this
Yep.
program. Thank you very much. Galvez in Japan.
Dude, we totally need to do a show in Japan.
We do.
Not even kidding.
We got to do a Skype with Galvez.
Oh my god, that would be so awesome. Let's do it. You hear that?
420 Buzz.
Tell him, JD.
420 Buzz.
Thanks to Johnny Apple Orchard Productions.
Yeah.
Woo.
Shout out to JD.
Yeah.
You rock, JD.